Affairs, stairs, hairs, chairs, and mirth? Get your swimmies, folks, we're going across the pond! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 10 Golden Frames, the show where we break down 10 frames from classic films of Hollywood's golden age and figure out what makes them great. I'm your host, Matt Caridi. Today's film comes to us from 1946, produced, written, and directed by the British filmmaking team of Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. It is A Matter of Life and Death, the story of an RAF pilot in World War II who's forced to jump out of his plane without a parachute. Somehow, he stays alive and falls in love with an American radio operator, the same one he spoke to right before he jumped out of his plane. Here's the catch. He was supposed to die. The Reaper tasked with bringing him to the other side couldn't find him after he jumped because the fog was too thick on the English Channel. This film was cutting edge for its time. There was no CGI in 1946. Every special effect was done practically. And that's not even the best part. Half of this movie is in Technicolor and the other half is in black and white, which makes it so unique. I could gush over it for hours, but we gotta keep this show rolling. So without further ado, let's get into the pictures.
Soon enough anyway. I'm signing off now, June. Goodbye. Goodbye, June.
Hello, G for George. Hello, G. George. Hello, G. George. Hello.
So long, Bob. I'll see you in a minute. You know what we wear by now, a prop or wings.
Only the English could find levity in a situation such as this. As stated, David Niven is about to jump without a parachute. Now this is his dead buddy, a flying officer played by Robert Coote. It's 1946, folks. We do not see dead bodies in films, certainly not like this. Not with Technicolor and red blood. This is real. His eyes are still open. We are staring death in the face, which makes this scene. David Niven is fearless nonetheless. He sees his fate right in front of him, but does not lose his bravery or resolve. He's making jokes while facing death. That's the English way. Grace under pressure, lightheartedness in the darkest moments of life. David Niven embodies all of that. And by having a corpse present in this entire scene, those attitudes are given real-life consequences. Next frame.
Boy, oh boy, home was nothing like this.
Mine was.
Sign here.
Oh, all right.
As we can see, heaven, or the other world, is filmed in black and white. You may have noticed this gentleman is the same one from our last frame. Now the magic of this shot is the fantasy of it all. This version of heaven is operated by beautiful women in uniform. Their fashion and attitudes reflect structure and manners of military forces on Earth. As we can gather from the frame, Robert Coote is signing in to receive his wings and matriculate into heaven. It's a very comforting visualization of the next life. Order is similar to that on Earth, and everyone is smiling, so you know they feel good. It's a very reassuring image. Next frame. There's a feeling of childlike comfort in this frame. David Niven has just woken up to find himself washed ashore on a deserted beach. It's very reminiscent of Interstellar. Now, David doesn't exactly know where he is or what's going on, but he does assume that he's in the next life, given the fact that he just jumped out of an airplane. In terms of cinematography, this is a very wide shot. David and his stripped clothes are tiny in frame, compared to the size and grandeur of the ocean and sand behind him. And even still, his posture is calm. It looks like he's going for a casual stroll on the beach. That body language once again speaks volumes of David's calm and composed character, even in the face of the absolute unknown. This picture is gorgeous, by the way. It looks like a painting. Next frame.
Oh, I always hoped it would be dogs.
So at this point, David Niven thoroughly believes he's in heaven. Where else are you going to see this? I mean, this is weird. A naked boy playing a flute surrounded by goats, it's absolutely surreal. And yet, we're in Technicolor, not black and white. So as an audience, we're disoriented because we were led to believe that heaven was black and white. Nevertheless, this frame is a painting, like a Renaissance painting. Shepherd Boy with Goats, that could be the title. The sky dominates the frame. The boy is very small, once again reiterating the omniscience of nature and the smallness of man. It gives you a feeling that there are larger forces at play, that you're in another world. And for that reason, this shot is extremely effective. Next frame.
91,716 invoiced, 91,715 checked in. Conductor 71.
Madame, it could have happened to anybody.
Once again, we are in heaven, and the Reaper, known as Conductor 71, is making excuses to the woman in the middle. She is the chief recorder, his commanding officer. Now, this is a complex frame. There's a lot of set dressing, a lot going on, but the overall effect is that this room looks like a court of law, which foreshadows what's to come. There's a lot of bodies in this frame, a lot of people taking notes, which gives us the sense that this meeting is important. It's consequential. Note how the extras are dressed. Lots of different fashion styles from lots of different periods of time. They're in heaven. They died a long time ago. I love this shot. It's a glorious, glamorous visualization of heaven. Next frame.
Mon ami?
Once again, we have Conductor 71, played by Marius Goring. He's an aristocrat turned Reaper after being guillotined during the French Revolution. He's a hoity-toity son of a bitch, but he's lovable. And as we can see, he's surrounded by gorgeous flowers. He's dressed to the nines. Powell and Pressburger fully utilize their Technicolor stock in this scene. The resulting effect is something straight out of Alice in Wonderland. The light over one shoulder is blue, over the other, a light pink. It is a vibrant, vivid image, and to see it in 1946 must have been an absolute treat, because it still is today. Next frame.
Sit down, everybody.
Thanks. Mercy heart, I beseech your worship's name. I shall design you of more acquaintance, good Master Count. If I cut my finger, I shall make foam. Your name, honest gentleman?
This frame uses Technicolor like I've never seen. Forget the action of this shot. Focus on the complexity of the set. This is a rec room of an old English house being used to board military men and women. The green in this chess mat is perfectly saturated. The chairs are stately with elegant vintage patterns. The molding of the fireplace is elaborate. There are vibrant flowers next to wine-colored curtains. The staircase in the background adds depth to the image, and the light coming in from the windows perfectly depicts late afternoon. My goodness gracious, this set is unbelievable. The devil is in the details when it comes to filmmaking, and every detail of this shot is perfect. So this shot is perfect. Next frame.
Takes place tonight. He must win or lose his case tonight, and that's why I think we ought to operate tonight. It's no use shaking your head, and that's why I think we ought to find a counsel to save him from losing his case, or we may lose him.
The title for the American release of this film was Stairway to Heaven. This is why. No CGI, that's a real escalator. 106 steps working off 12 horsepower. This thing was a behemoth. To the left of the stairs are statues of historically prominent men, Julius Caesar, Mohammed, Michelangelo, just to name a few. But those were not real statues. They were hanging miniatures placed in front of the camera to create forced perspective. The result is a very convincing stairway to heaven. It's very impressive. It shows that despite the technological limitations of the time, you could still get the shot as long as you had the money and willpower. Next frame.
Counsel for the defense will take his place.
This is the culmination of foreshadowing we saw in frame number 5. David Niven is on trial for his life. What we are looking at is a heavenly court of justice in which the jury is tasked with determining whether or not David has truly fallen in love with Kim Hunter, the radio operator from earlier in the film. If their love is proven true, he gets to live. Now this frame is vast. In the foreground, we have David's defense counsel. In the background, we have prosecuting counsel, judge, and jury. And in the stands, we have the audience. And that audience is enormous, mostly made up of extras, although the people in this area are not extras, just another in-camera special effect to sell the vastness of the spectators present. This is the first trial of its kind in centuries, so Powell and Pressburger sell its importance with the scale of the crowd and the size of the courtroom. Last frame. What the hell is all this? Here's your answer. On Earth, David Niven suffered a brain injury from jumping out of that plane, and he's undergoing a dangerous surgery. In heaven, the jury has decided to call David and Kim Hunter as witnesses to their own trial. Thus, heaven travels to Earth to speak to those witnesses, and worlds collide. There are two interpretations of this film, whether the heavenly sequences are real or just in David Niven's head, but honestly, who the hell cares? This is big-time fantasy. An image like this is rare, especially in 1946. The medical team in the foreground is lit with blue light, darker than the heavenly party in the background, who are lit with gold light, thus our eyes are drawn to them. So we're meant to look at this background, not the foreground, which is an interesting dichotomy. Simply put, this frame is fascinating, and for the story to earn a moment like this, you know it's gotta be good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those were 10 golden frames, and that's our show, which brings me to my request for you. I'm talking to you! Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That will plug the holes in our boat and keep us from drowning. Watch A Matter of Life and Death if you get the chance. It's a melodramatic story with unbelievably rich characters, which is a paradox in and of itself, but that's what makes it so unbelievable. We truly appreciate you watching our show and spending your time with us. Until next time, keep watching movies.